Hello. A lot of you don't know who I am, nor do you watch this channel. This is simply a video and recording of a verbal expression of how I feel and what I'm tired of. Doubt anybody's going to watch this. Doubt anybody will care. But I'll share this anyways in hopes that somebody might watch this. But I doubt it. You see, I suffer from chronic depression, inner battle turmoil. A lot of us suffer from depression. Every one of us in society does. But for veterans, it's just as difficult, if not more so. Especially when you don't know who you are anymore, or what you're going to do now that you're home. You're afraid of everybody and anything because you keep wanting to find life, but you keep destroying it. Friendships, relationships. You can't trust anybody because you don't know who and what is real. War is depression. It's a battle against yourself. With no allies in sight. No people on your side who care at all about whether or not you continue to live or not. But they'll judge you for it though. Every thought that you think is a bullet that pierces and perforates the brain over and over again, sending down a negative spiral. Every movement you try to do is a punch in the gut. Every word that someone says to you is a laceration to your heart. Depression is also like a thief. It will steal everything from you in a blink of an eye, and it will not care. It will erode away everything that is good in your life. It will take from you and take from you until there's nothing left but the remaining pieces it no longer wants. What do you want? Depression is murder. It killed the man that I used to be. The innocent, fun-loving, good-hearted individual that I used to be. It brutally slaughtered it, maliciously, and tortured it, till there was nothing left but a hollowed-out husk. Every time that I look in that mirror, all I see is a broken reflection, hollowed-out eyes, dark soul. I sound as though the world has just taken away my last breath of hope when I speak. I'm alive, but I'm not dead. But I'm dead, but not alive. What a contradiction. Depression is difficult for all of us, and we all deal with it differently. And no one knows how hard it is to deal with depression unless you're dealing with it. Especially when you don't know how to find a way out or how to even deal with it. When you're trying your best every day, you're breathing in and out, you want to talk to somebody, but you have nobody. Because people find better things to do. When all you want is a companion to listen, to be there. You yearn and long for and crave for the attention of another, but yet at times you just don't want it. You're not antisocial. You're just pro leave me the hell alone. And that's me. When people look at me, they see a youthful individual full of unknown wonders or possibly craziness or mental issues. I really don't know. Nor do I care. But I'm not young. I've been around for a long time. I've seen some really crazy shit in my days. And I've done some really horrible things. I've had to watch and commit sad, tragic things as well. burying people that I love and cared about. That's the hardest thing. Each day I'm getting sick of making things worse. I'm getting sick of being hurt. I'm sick of crying myself to sleep. I'm sick of having nightmares that I don't want to wake up from. I'm sick of hating everything and everybody, including myself. I'm sick of smiling, putting on this facade that I'm okay. I'm sick of feeling this way. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of people letting me down, and I'm sick of letting them down. I'm sick of being me. I've got gunpowder on my chest, inside of my heart. It escapes my lips, and so help me God. And when it does, it's in shapes of bullets. It destroys everything around me. Everything that I hold dearest to me, I destroy with the bullets that come from my lips. And it sucks, because I do not know what to do, and how to control these things, or how to change them. I want to, I yearn to, but somehow, inevitably and inadvertently, I wind up just never being able to do it in the way that is wanted by others. You know? I have been hurt, broken, abandoned, forsaken, but I've endured. I have stood tall when broken. I have moved forward even though life has tried holding me back. I've grown stronger each and every day that I've fought against the demons. I'll never forget everything that I've been through, all the harsh lessons I had to endure and experience and get through on my own with no help. Everything in those things made me stronger and believed me possible. Some days I hate myself. And it's hard to get rid of the demons that are inside of me. Because they're the ones that will hold me when nobody else will. And nobody else did. It's the sad part about me. It's funny. People always told me whatever doesn't kill me makes you stronger. Actually, whatever doesn't kill you makes you wish you were dead. Things in life that people abandoning you, forsaking you, giving up on you when you're ready to die, either by your own hand or by an insidious terminal cancer. And people look at you strange. Look at me strange. They look at me very, very peculiar when I say, you know what? It's alright. I'm used to being canceled on. I'm used to being left out, abandoned, and forsaken. I'm used to being the second option. I'm used to being forgotten about. I'm used to being ignored. I'm used to being blamed. It's okay. I'm used to being the one who's always the one wrong. I'm used to the one being called a pessimist, a nihilist. I'm used to the one who no one understands that's bullshitter and that's a liar and that you just have better things to do than talk to me. I'm used to these things. Don't worry about me. I'll be fine. But you take that, I'll be fine. And we get something completely different. Sure. I'm bent, but I'm not broken. I'm scarred, but I am not disfigured. I am sad, but I'm not completely hopeless. I'm tired, but not lifeless. Not at all. I'm afraid, but I'm not powerless. Because I take control of my own fears. I'm not angry all the time. I'm just bitter and vexed and annoyed and chafed and old. I am depressed. That is not a question or a doubt or an unrealized thought. But I'm not giving up. No, I'm not. I don't believe in it, though. In all honesty, I thought about giving up in this world and having nothing. Because I thought it'd be easier. I thought it'd be easier to live if I didn't live. There were days where I thought if I was just to die, who would care? Who would think less of me? Who would think of me? Who would miss me when I was gone? Well, then I realized no one but myself. I'm the one that missed me. I'm the one who would let myself down, and people that loved me who are no longer here. That's who I've let down. I keep telling people that everybody's depression is different. Everything we go through is different. Each of our own hells are unique, our battles are unique, things are different. No one can put in comparison or in understanding of them. Going through hell is different for each, and it's different for each of us. It's not the same. No. It's time for me, going through my own hell, it's a time when I really got to know my own demons, my fears, my insecurities, my blemishes, my flaws, my imperfections, and I got acquainted with them very well. Became friends with them after a very long and brutal battle of being bloodied, bludgeoned, and black and blue. Now, I know that people say their own thing about their own hell. You know, it could be a place when you go when you die, if you're a bad person. Or it's a place condemned for those who are sinners. But to me, my own hell, it's in my head. It's a place in my subconscious hell that I am entrapped within. My former self of who I once was is trapped within that hell. It's a place where my demons and my fears and insecurities and all the things that make me who I am are locked within there. They're in prison, and we live in constant state of turmoil, an uneasy truce, but yet harmoniously. That's the truth right there about my own hell. Yeah, I'll admit, once upon a time I did have a heart that was good and pure, that believed in the innocence of the world and the truth. But that was long before the world tore it all apart, with betrayal, dishonesty, manipulation, deception. I actually used to share myself with the world. Used to be open to people, be kind and out there without second thought. That was years and years before that the world showed me there was nothing good left in this world. Yet, there are occasions where people who are good-hearted arise. And I feel lucky for the moment until that fleets away. And it's just me. I've had people betray my trust and take me for granted. I've had people do things that I don't like. I've been hurt too many times. I don't know how much more I can take. I've literally and tired and fed up. I don't know what to do to make things better. I don't know what to make life better as. I struggle. And whenever I want to talk to somebody, whether it be somebody that I know, a friend, somebody I'm dating, I got better things to do. Cook dinners, checking out a dog. Had things I gotta do, sleep. I know it's important. People have a life, and I don't. And I envy them. They've got friends, they've got family, they've got some sort of connections to the outside world. Either on social media sites like Facebook, Second Life, Pal Talk. They've got connections to the outside world and their church, their community, their friends and family, people they've met, people they're dating. Their friends, their family. Who do I have? One person, maybe two, maybe three in my corner, maybe four. I really don't know. I don't know if I can trust them. I don't know if I can confide in them without them finding something better to do. I don't know whether they're my friend out of pity, out of chance, out of just random happenstance, or just whatever. I'm not really sure. I couldn't understand why anybody would want to befriend me. I'm a contradiction. I am a walking contradiction. More so than people realize. And that's what really, really sucks the most, is when you're a contradiction. And that's what you are. You know? And I hate that part. I hate being a contradiction. I want to be happy. And I want to be sad. I want to be hopeful, but hopelessness consumes me. I want to be part of something, but yet I don't want to have to change who I am. I love to help people, but I'm afraid of betrayal, dishonesty, manipulation. I dream, but yet I have nightmares. I'm angry, but yet also at the same time I'm not. I struggle because I still smell the gun smoke, taste the gunpowder, feel the rug on my back. The uniform never came off. I feel the darkness consuming me, the emptiness devouring and decaying away, piece by piece. Life is difficult, hard, unbearable at times. I don't know where I belong or who I belong with. I think sometimes broken things like me are better off alone, so I don't hurt people with the jagged edges of my own destructiveness or my own misery. Tired. I'm just tired of breathing. I'm tired of pouring my heart out to nobody. Like this. Pouring my heart out to a screen, a computer screen, and I doubt anybody's actually going to watch this because nobody cares about those who are broken until it's too late. When people go down that road of the darkness, and then they travel so far down that road that there is no return, that there is no coming back, except 6 feet in the cold hard ground, because they did the unthinkable, because that was their last resort. That's when people care. That's when people mutter, rumor, and talk about that person as though they're not even there. And they're not. But yet their memory remains not as one of good, but one of bad. When will someone open their eyes up to somebody that needs help and they're not good at asking for it? When will somebody stop and realize that somebody like myself who wants to be helped or have friends or have some connections, and they don't do it the way that's conventional, they do it the way they know how? When will someone actually realize that a person like myself is doing what they can to reach out to the world before they fall back into the darkness and go so far down that road where I will eventually have no return and no coming back? When will somebody stop and realize that people like myself who are chronically depressed or have some sort of mental illness are alone and miserable and are trying to connect with the world and are asking for help constantly, but no one wants to give it to them because they don't have the time, they don't have the patience, they don't have the ability to understand, or they just don't want to. And they lead people on. And then they blame them, or they accuse them, or assume, or they misunderstand, and they just refuse to even give a recognition or understanding of what the person is the way they are. When they do something stupid or angry or destructive, they don't like, oh, it's your fault. You went off because randomly, because out of nowhere, because you just felt like it. And when someone goes to talk to their friend like I have, on many occasions to many people, there's always something better for them to do. Something more important for them to do than talk to a friend in need who needs just to talk to somebody. I'll tell you what. Don't talk to me, talk to me. It matters, but it doesn't matter. If you have lives to live, then live them. And obviously, I'm not part of that life that you want to live with. Obviously, your life surrounds those who fit into your box or fit into more of a positive note of your life. Sure, no one wants to hear the bad stuff because it brings them down. But maybe the bad stuff that's bringing that person down who's trying to talk to you, maybe if you listen to them, they would be more positive, more uppity, more happy, hopeful, and not sound depressive. But because no one wants to listen, no one wants to sit down, who's a friend or a family, or somebody that loves them. Instead, they do the most commonality thing of every person in the world. There's a shrink, go talk to them. They can help you. The cure for that is, here's the medication, shut the hell up and go away while we get a paycheck from your insurance company. Then come back again and do the same thing next week. No. The best way to help depression or connections is not talking to a therapist always, but talking to somebody who you're closer with that you trust. If you have to talk to a therapist, that's because you don't trust the people you're around. So you have to go to a total stranger to trust with your feelings in hopes they won't lock your ass in a mental asylum because of the way you talk. But because the world is such a dark place and such a evil, nasty place, anybody who exhibits these signs of depressive needs or wants, guess who's the bad guy? Guess who's the person they don't want to hear it from? This guy. Or anybody else. So yet again, here in my home, I sit alone, accompanied by my cat, and the silence. Constant. Left to think, to ponder, to cope, to suffer. For no real connections. What is to become of me? What is to happen to me if I don't find a world to connect to? Because the world I had connected to is gone. But being a Marine will live on, even long after my ashes are scattered across the ground. I shall forevermore be a Marine. Because that's what I was forged to be. Anyways, signing off.